Hello there, my YouTube family. How are you? I am Helen Sadler, your destiny helper, coming to you once again. First of all, as always, thanking our new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. If you've not subscribed to this channel, I would love for you to push that bell and every time to subscribe and push that bell, and every time I come on and upload new material, you will be the first alerted. Let's talk about some of the things that you're writing about, some of the things that you are concerned about. A lot of emails are coming out to the soul tormentor, psychological torment, and it doesn't seem to be any help. Why is that? Let's talk about that. The narcissist uses psychological torment, or the soul hunter. The soul hunter uses pain to bring you in the element of control. And when the narcissists feel like they're losing control, the intensity of your soul torment increase. Your soul, your emotions, your will, your mind, your imaginations. They will torment you so until they enter your dreamscape. And even in your dreams, you are being tormented. You are being violated. The narcissist, especially the greater narcissist, which they now call the ultra narcissist, is committing great disparament and great impairment to your mind because they're more experienced with it. And the upper mid-grade narcissists. These narcissists, unless they are provoked, the upper mid narcissist or the greater narcissist, usually prefer psychological torment, psychological impairment. Why do they do that? It's hard to measure psychological damage when you're calling for help, when you're saying that you're being tormented. It's a difficult way. You have a difficult proving that. You can't prove that you're being tormented. You can't prove the things that you're saying. You can't prove the things that are going on with you. Why? Because there are no scars. If you were strangulated, there would be scars. They can measure the fingertips. They can measure the eye gate. They can measure the bruises around the throat. Or if you were being physically violated, there would be evidence of that physical violation. But tormenting is hard to prove. And a lot of times you will find that even if you call for help because you're saying that the narcissist is psychologically tormenting you by calling you names, by putting you down, by doing different things, even giving you the wrong medicines. For those of you that are on medication, you can't even trust the narcissist with an open container of food because you feel that they are violating your health, trying to poison you, trying to get you to take wrong medication, trying to get you to sleep, or different things that they're using. It's hard to prove it. And 9 times out of 10, you're not thinking to get cameras, but the narcissist is. The narcissist is thinking to put camera in places that you haven't even thought about and to use it later for their advantage. A lot of times because the narcissist is so devastating, they have to think futuristic. They have to counteract things that you would do to protect yourself so they can stay ahead of the game. How do the narcissists torment? Well, a tormentor, let's read definition, is a person who inflicts severe mental or physical suffering on someone. And this will be part 1. And I will come back with part 2. One of the things the narcissist is depending on is your emotional sensitivity, especially the upper or the mid-grade narcissist or the greater narcissist. They are pros at psychological torment. And that's why the greater narcissist can challenge great impact. Why? Because they're used to that level of warfare. They're used to that level of intensity. So they usually get the more mature in business, the more mature in sensitivity, the more hyper person, because they done dealt with so many individuals. And you will find a lot of times that your greater narcissists are very successful in business. Why? Because they detach themselves from the emotional realm, so they don't care about anything but advancement at any cost. And especially when you have a wealthy narcissists, are very, very astute business narcissists, male or female. They have been through the counter, they've been through the rampage of emotional impairment to their spouses, to their employees, and they get what they want at the expense of your soul. These soul hunters know it's very difficult unless they are caught on tape, unless they're caught on video to prove their psychological torment. So what do they look for? They're looking for sensitivity, because the one thing the narcissists need from you, they need a reaction. So they will provoke you to react. For instance, if you are married, the narcissist would come and they will get a good dinner. They will, even if they cater the dinner, and they will get wine and champagne and act like they want to have a lovely evening just to get you to drink. And now you are drinking and you have the smell of alcohol on your breath. Then the narcissist purposely start to stir up things about you, start to intensify the conversation, start to disagree with the conversation. Then they gaslight you to make you feel that you provoked the conversation, that you provoked the argument. And you're wondering, well, how did a good evening where everything was so good now turn so bad? Because the narcissist is anticipating, the narcissist is planning, the narcissist is manipulating. And next thing you know, you get into this intense argument. And the narcissist is just banking on your sensitivity. Why? Because the narcissist know, if I provoke you like this, you usually go left. You usually fight. You usually cry out. Why? Because you're trying to figure what went wrong. Your mind is baffled. And this is trauma bonding. They come and they bond you to a situation that seems like it's flourishing, that is good. And then they traumatize you in the same instant and then come back and bond you back to a situation to get your emotion. The brain is confused. That's why it's trauma bonding. And so this trauma bonding, after manipulating you with a wonderful dinner, and you finally just had enough. So you call the police because they're being very threatening. They're being very manipulative, and they're banking on your sensitivity. You call the police come. You tell the police that you're being threatened because the narcissists threaten you. They threaten to do atrocious things to you. And you can see it in their eyes that they mean it. You call the police, the narcissist is together because remember, it's a nice dinner, so they got nice clothes on, they smell good. And while you were drinking, the narcissist, while you were calling the police, the narcissist went and gargle their mouth out. And then the police come and you saying this is happening. And the narcissist say, okay, officer. Okay, whoever it is, if you call a family member, if you call a friend, the narcissist will tell you, I don't know why they're doing that. And they show them the evening that they prepared. And then the evening looked like they prepared. And then you said, he said, smell her breath, smell her. She got alcohol on her, or she has been taking her medication that sometimes alter her thinking, or she has taken drugs and she may be high. I found out that she was taking this. And you were a little tipsy because the narcissists knew what they were doing. They were planning it and they wanted to violate. Why? Because if anything happened in the future and you call the police, you have enough record where they now doubt everything you're saying. Psychological torment. Because what the narcissists want you to feel, that there is no help for you. No one will listen to you. Why? Because you done cry wolf so many times. The family come over, the narcissist is well dressed, you are dressed, but you have the smell of alcohol. He has the smell of mouthwash. And then he's showing all this food that you could not eat. He purposely got the kids away, and the mother know because he took the kids to your mother and say, I want some time with my wife, or I want some time with my husband. That's what she does, he does. And the children are over there. So that's the person He calls and said, look, this is what's happening. You know, I tried to give a good evening. I tried to, or if you call the law enforcement because you feel threatened, or you call a friend, they see the lights dim and the lights now flicked on, but they see all of this food that the narcissist has ordered. They don't know that it was gaslighting. They don't know that it was manipulation. So now the triangulation that the narcissist used to divide, to torment you, and everybody leave, and guess who's left with the narcissist? You are. And the narcissist laugh and say, what a fool you were. Nobody is going to help you. Nobody is going to believe you. Yes, somebody will. Yes, there is help. When you're being psychologically tormented, you can even call the domestic violence hotline. The domestic violence hotline will be there for you. Why? Because they understand domestic violence on every form. Not everybody do. When you call for help, there needs to be proof, some kind of marks that you've been domestically violated. And the domestic hotline is 1-800-799-7233. 1-800-799-7233. Remember, this is part 1, and I'm coming back with a part 2, and then I'm going to come back with a part 3. 3, I'm going to do live. We will have part 3 live. I want you to know that there's help. Psychological abuse is difficult to prove because the markings is internal. The greater narcissists, the upper mid-grade narcissists, know that these scars, even after they're long gone, are still with you. And it takes time to get over all of these psychological effects, emotional damage, that it would be long term. And the narcissist, especially the upper mid narcissist or the greater narcissist, knows that I'm going to set myself up for the trauma bonding with them. I'm going to traumatize them. Then I'm going to bond them with me. Why? Because all future Hoovers will depend on this. Why? Because this fuel is guaranteed. I have shaped them and calibrated them according to what I want. I spend time with them. I won their trust. They're fighting for this marriage. They're fighting for this relationship. And they're fighting for the relationship. And the narcissists don't even want it. Why? Because they've grown bored with it. But the fuel is guaranteed. So they get that supply.
Please try again.
They go this supply. Oh, wow. So the supply that is guaranteed and calibrated according to the narcissist is guaranteed because they position you and they depend on, number one, your sensitivity. And remember, your sensitivity is your reaction to the narcissist. The more you love them, the more sensitive you have a tendency to be. The more you're bonded to them, the more reactionary you have a tendency to be. So the narcissist is dependent on that. And remember, the number one token or the number one game that the narcissists like to play in all devaluation is gaslighting. Because you feel like you're losing your mind, and it helps you to distrust you, not distrust the narcissist, because you lose reality to the port of sanctity and sanctity, and you are trying to figure out what is real and what's not real. And the narcissists have a tendency to isolate you. And if you are a person who have a lot of friends, the narcissist in the beginning befriends your friend. And the narcissist will even triangulate mentally, sexually, because not all supply is intimate. And some supply they will have for business, some supply they will have as a safeguard, and some supply they will have as just being there to verify that something is wrong with you. The narcissist will build different supply ports of the flying monkeys to help them in all of their situations. And remember, the greater narcissist is the most calculative, malignant specimen that walk the earth, and they usually get what they want because they manipulated so many people, and they are historians as far as having all of these souls under their belt, especially when they're powerfully able to influence economically or career oriented. They take advantage of this. Money helped them to buy what they would no otherwise have, because people like influencers, they run after them and they get into your friends, they get into your family, they gift them, they do things, they buy them. Anytime they get hardship, there is the narcissist to help them out. And guess what? While they are psychologically tormenting you and saying things about you, some people may have picked up some things about the narcissist, but the narcissists come back with a lot of favors. Guess what they do? They ignore it. And these flying monkeys will not believe you. No matter what the narcissists do, make a paper trail. Because if you have kids and you go through court, you got a paper trail. Call the domestic hotline, and the domestic hotline will assist you. If you feel like you can't get out, you feel like there's no way out, call the domestic hotline. If you cannot get out, you can say, I need help. I am financially not astute, especially when you have an overbearing narcissist that take count of every dime that you bring in, but you can't take account every dime they bring in. And the hotline number is 1-800-799-7233. No matter where you are, help is there for you. Psychological torment, soul hunters. There is an answer, and there is a relief for you. Take advantage. Get a paper trail. Don't count on your emotions. Your emotions can be very deceiving. Yes, you love them, but is love enough? Is it enough to lose yourself? Or has God given you the ability to regain access to the beautiful you and to the powerful you? Take advantage, especially when it's not only you, you have a family. You may be the sense of reasoning for that family. And thinking logically, thinking soundly can prevent a lot of hurts, a lot of torments, a lot of ailments for that family. I want to appreciate you for being with me. This is part 1. I'm coming back with part 2. And then part 3, let's go live. Let's talk about it. I want you to like and share this video. Share with as many people as you can. If you know there's a woman and she's losing herself, share this video. This video may capture her attention. This video may recapture what she lost. This video could build her back up. Be a healing agent and help others. I am Helen Sattler, your destiny helper. Those of you who want to go to Honolulu, Hawaii, it is still on and it is still time. I want you to write me at destinyhelper12s@gmail.com. We can assist you in every way we can. My business development team are standing by to assist you. Honolulu, Hawaii, August 11th through the 15th. Flying back to the States on the 16th, and we're going to have a glorious time. We're going to have in the evening a narcissist roundtable. Oh my God, they will love to hear your story. Come to Hawaii, rest your mind, get what you need, and tell your story. And we're going to have the miraculous. Oh, the word of God is going to go forth so powerfully. Oh, you're going to enjoy yourself. Come to a place of ease. Come to a place of rest. Let's re-event you again. Let's re-event you again. You will rise again. You will be again. You will discover and uncover the most powerful you ever. So join me. Also, Dr. Carmen Bryan in Atlanta, Georgia, July 30th, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. So make sure that you access her community tab. Get this information. It will be a tremendous blessing to you. And I am looking forward to seeing you on the next video. And remember, part 2 is coming next. And part 3, we're going to be together. I look forward to seeing you. I am Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper.